Welcome back to this FiOS 1 special presentation, Miracles of the Season. Over the next half hour, we'll bring you stories from across the island of people giving of themselves to make the holidays brighter for others. We begin with a Nassau County police officer who has gone way beyond the call of duty, making Christmas brighter for tens of thousands of children in need. FiOS 1's Lisa Salvati has that story.
Get these in the truck.
Nassau County Special Ops Police Officer Peter Ellison giving out orders during a very special mission, bringing Christmas to children whose families don't have the extra cash to spend on presents.
Every kid out there really deserves to have a nice holiday.
For the past 30 years, this former Marine has been involved in collecting donated toys in the Toys for Tots campaign.
It's a great feeling. It really is. You know, my family and friends have helped me do this. They sort the toys, they find the donations.
He also gets some help from the local Marine Corps and his colleagues.
Police officers call me, civilian employees call me, hey, we have a family here, we have a family here that is in need. And, you know, we'll bag up the toys, sometimes we'll wrap them, and anonymously we drop them off to the family with just a little note, you know, have a Merry Christmas.
Officer Ellison says hopefully the payoff from his good deed will come when the kids are all grown up.
You know, if you help one child, you know, they're going to remember that years later, you know, and hopefully with the Marines and the police department, it'll be a big impact in their lives.
Lisa Salvati, FiOS 1 News.
Next, the viral video showing an act of kindness by a group of store workers. In it, they give a gift to a little boy who often comes into their store. It's a story that captured people's hearts this holiday season. FiOS 1's Krista McNally reports.
'Tis the season of giving, and this year one boy got a special gift from a very unexpected place.
We didn't really question it. It just felt right, and we decided to do something good for the holidays.
5 employees at Pacific Sales and Best Buy chipped in to buy a video game system for a boy that played it often in the Valley Stream store.
What we did for you, everybody here that you see here, we all got together and chipped in so we could have one for yourself.
We asked him, do you have one at home? And he liked to play the game often, so we say, you know what, we come together and we're going to basically put money together and get him one for Christmas.
I don't think he believed it at first.
Yeah, he was very shy.
He was in shock, definitely.
Yeah.
The employees tell me that the young man would come here and play his favorite game on the Wii almost every day for months.
He always liked to play the game Smash Brothers. That he liked to play, and he'd stay here for hours sometimes and play it, and he enjoyed it.
Sometimes he would stay for 3 hours just to play his game, which he now owns. They posted the video to Instagram for friends and family to see and never expected it would go viral. They don't know much about the boy, but he does still occasionally visit to see them and play his favorite game.
He does come occasionally. I mean, he came back. He was pretty excited. He thanked us.
Reporting in Valley Stream, Krista McNally, FiOS 1 News.
The Suffolk County Police Department brought the magic of Christmas to underprivileged families in their community. FiOS 1's Patricia Nicholas reports from East Patchogue.
10 underprivileged families in Suffolk County chose their very own Christmas tree. The Suffolk County Police 5th Precinct partnered with the Brookhaven Hagerman East Patchogue Alliance and Hall Enterprises to help provide the families with the magic of Christmas.
And Bill and I from the 5th Precinct got together, and he was asking me if I knew where there was some Christmas trees that he wanted to give out as donations. I'm like, I'm growing some. I'm growing some, and I'm like, you're welcome to come down the farm and we could chop them down and have the whole experience for the kids.
With the help of Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, the families were able to choose their tree and watch it get chopped down right in front of them. But that's not all. The 5th Precinct also donated ornaments, a tree stand, lighting, and a tree skirt. The department says it was a way for them to give back to the community they serve.
Well, it brings the police department closer to the community that it serves. And I tell you, not a lot of people actually have the opportunity to cut down their own tree. I never did, actually, in my entire life. I've always had like an artificial tree. So it's kind of exciting, that in itself, cutting down your tree and bringing it back for Christmas.
The families were chosen by the Brookhaven Hagerman East Patchogue Alliance. The kids were treated to gifts from Mrs. Claus as the officers made sure the trees were tied down on their parents' cars to ensure safety. One family we spoke with says the effort from the police department was appreciated.
The police, they're doing a good job in our community, and it's nice to see that they're giving back.
In East Patchogue, Patricia Nicholas, FiOS 1 News.
Well, there's a special mission this holiday season in Glen Cove, and it needed the force of the Marines. Serious business, because the smiles of tens of thousands of children depend on it. FiOS 1's Vanessa Tyler has the story.
These big rigs hold special cargo. In them, the happiness of a child. The mission requires motorcycles. Truck after truckload made its way through clogged traffic. The destination? City Field. The purpose? Christmas joy.
It's a great toy collection for a wonderful program that's led by the United States Marine Corps, Toys for Tots, and Major Chuck Kilbride. And we are grateful to, obviously, the New York Mets and David Katz for making this City Field available for what will be the largest one-day collection of toys.
They needed City Field to sort and box, get this, an estimated 50,000 toys.
You know, we do a lot of events for Toys for Tots throughout the holidays, and something like this, it's a big community event.
Who says only kids get a Christmas wish list? How about Santa sticking this under the tree? From luxury car dealerships, Gold Coast Maserati, Porsche of South Shore, and Ferrari of Long Island. Now that will make the season merry.
Everyone's coming out here, showing a good cause. It's good for the community. All these beautiful cars out here. It's a great scene.
Great scene, great cause. Give a salute to the Marines who came through for children in need. Mission accomplished. Vanessa Tyler, FiOS 1 News.
A local catering company opened its doors to the public for a good cause. Residents treated to desserts and even a picture with Santa. Admission, a small gift for local children in need. FiOS 1's Patricia Nicholas has more from Smithtown.
The Watermill caterers usually open their facility to people who want to host a gathering. The catering company hosted their own event for a good cause.
I firmly believe that we have an obligation to help the less fortunate. And what better time to do this than this time of the year, Christmas.
People were invited to get a taste of sweet treats made by the company and even meet Santa Claus, all for a small donation of a present to the U.S. Marines Toys for Tots program.
This is my second year. The toys are coming back to us for the Marine Corps Toys for Tots, and the toys are staying local to the Suffolk County children.
Receive toys from all over Suffolk County, and the great thing about this is that it's Suffolk County supporting Suffolk County.
Sophia McCord came with family to the event, but don't let her young age fool you. She says what urged her to come was her wanting to help make Christmas better for local children like herself.
I feel really good about myself because I know that I'm doing something good for the world.
For some other children we spoke with, while they did donate, they say they were really looking forward to seeing the man of the season.
We're gonna take a picture with Santa.
We're just here to have some dessert and take a picture with Santa.
I'm probably gonna play with my flags, maybe have some popcorn, a dance.
As you can see, the event was successful, with majority of the boxes filled with gifts for local children. In Smithtown, Patricia Nicholas, FiOS 1 News.
In Manhasset, a kidney donor was reunited with her recipient, and all thanks to her act of kindness this year. She received a special gift in return that she will be enjoying for the holidays. FiOS 1's Krista McNally has that story.
God knows how long he would have more to live on dialysis. You know, the impact she gave that she has on us is incredible, and I owe her my life. I owe her everything.
A couple of years ago, Albert Gabe was in end-stage kidney failure and desperate for a donor. With his rare blood type, it wasn't an easy find. Luckily, Jennifer Wolf from Georgia was a match.
I'm blessed, I'm humble, everything. I'm very happy.
She donated her kidney to teach her children the need for random acts of kindness in the world. She surprised Albert for the holidays.
She walked in, first of all, she was supposed to be on Skype. She lives in Atlanta, Georgia, and matter of fact, she texted me yesterday, and she said, we're coming in March. And all of a sudden, she's here.
Doctors say he is one of the lucky ones because there is an extreme need for kidney donors.
So it's the time to get out there and sign a card and get on the list, get on the registry.
I think if everyone came together and everyone was like Jen, the world would be a better place.
Albert's son Brian also competed on a show called Home Free, where you go against another team for a chance to have a new home built for a hero. He won and chose Jennifer as his hero. This holiday will be her first in her new home. He said the gift of having his father with him for the holidays is the greatest gift anyone could give his family.
Not only is it, self-fulfilling for yourself, but the impact that you have on that person's life is literally incredible.
Reporting in Manhasset, Kristen McNally, FiOS 1 News.
Coming up on Miracles of the Season, a group of Santa's elves are making Christmas wishes come true. We'll have their story. And then we'll introduce you to a cop who puts a smile on the faces of drivers he pulls over. We'll tell you why when we return. But first, a holiday greeting from the troops. Welcome back. But for the last 5 years, a group of Santa's elves have been fulfilling children's Christmas wishes through donated gifts. FiOS 1's Natalie Patterson has the story.
Every family has its own traditions during the holidays, but in Ridgewood, what started as the mission of one family has grown into an annual Christmas tradition for the entire community.
We look forward to it every year.
For the 5th year in a row, Jim Gibney and his wife Cheryl are organizing a group of volunteers to gather and deliver presents to hundreds of children across New Jersey. All the kids are part of the Youth Consultation Service, a nonprofit agency that serves children with special needs, providing individualized behavioral health and educational programming.
The expression, it takes a village, it takes an amazing village.
They care for kids that are in need through no fault of their own.
The Gibneys first learned about YCS several years ago at a charity event their own children were participating in to support the agency. Jim and Cheryl were so touched by the mission of YCS, Jim reached out to some of his friends to begin a Secret Santa gift-giving mission for some of the kids. He says from the very beginning, the response was overwhelming.
It's incredible to me. I mean, I sent out literally an email to 25 people, and the response was instantaneous. It was people like, yes, I want to be involved in that. And I think a reason is they knew where it was going. They could embrace the child that they were assigned to.
This Christmas, 5 years later, the YCS Secret Santa mission organized by the Gibneys is able to put presents in the hands of 235 children.
It's like being a kid, you know, when that anticipation of walking down the stairs and seeing the tree and seeing all those gifts that are there, and you're just blown away by it.
In the days leading up to Christmas, the Gibneys and their Secret Santas drop the gifts off at YCS. Santa may have his sleigh, but the mission has grown so quickly that the group now uses a box truck donated by Dennis Murphy.
You see like 25, 30 people on it, and then over the years as he sends Excel spreadsheets and you look through all the names and all the kids and all the gifts and how big it's gotten, it's pretty unbelievable.
In all, YCS collects gifts for more than 2,000 children in New Jersey and continue to cherish the work Gibney and his helpers do for the agency.
Every time we get a new admission, we reach out to Jim and he finds one of his elves and they make those wishes come true.
Gibney tells us he's already planning for next Christmas, which will likely include members of the local police department and fire department, which recently learned about this Secret Santa mission. In Ridgewood, Natalie Patterson, FiOS 1 News.
Well, there's plenty more ahead on Miracles of the Season, including the Secret Santa who shocked some shoppers. And then we'll tell you why one Santa is making history. That's next, but first, a holiday greeting from the troops. Welcome back. It was a very bright Christmas for some shoppers at one Kmart store. FiOS 1's Lisa Salvati tells us why.
One Philadelphia area mother going to the store to pay off her layaway was surprised to find a different kind of Christmas present waiting for her.
I just never thought anybody would do something like that for me.
Vanessa Demento was on her way to her local Kmart store to pay off the last of her layaway items. Customers have until December 17th, or items, mostly Christmas presents, are returned to shelves. As this mom made her way to the back of the store, she ran into a woman who had her hands full.
There was a lady that was leaving with like 10 boxes, and she was just saying, thank you so much. And I was like, what happened? She's like, a Secret Santa came and paid off a bunch of layaways.
That woman walked away with nearly $1,000 in layaway items, completely paid off. And already surprised Demento would be floored at what she'd hear next.
She's like, Lynch? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, they paid your layaway off. And I was like, what?
Store employees say the Secret Santa is no stranger to this Kmart. He's done this every Christmas for several years. He pays off layaway accounts that are nearing their payment deadline and specifically asks to pay off those with toys and other Christmas presents. Demento still had about $300 left to pay off.
To have someone come in and do that, it's nice.
And apparently this generous Christmas spirit is contagious.
There was another lady who came, and there's people in line, and she went and just was there just to pay one person's and paid everybody's layaway off in line.
And although her son's Christmas list is checked off, there is now one more thing she would like for the holidays.
I just want to thank that person because they don't get thanked.
Well, Vanessa and the others will have to do without that gift. This Santa wishes to remain anonymous. Lisa Salvati, FiOS 1 News.
Well, here's how one police department is spreading holiday cheer. Fast One's Mike Gilliam has the story.
The blue lights flash, and you pull over to the side of the road.
They think they're getting traffic citation.
But for some, it might be your lucky day.
And the deputy will talk to him, and then he said, well, by the way, a good Samaritan wants you to have this $100 for the shop on for Christmas.
The Warren County Sheriff's Department stops people who look like they're struggling to make ends meet.
We don't stop Mercedes and Cadillacs and things like that. We've got people that need it, you know. And we've been real lucky on catching the right ones.
Everyone's reaction is a little bit different, but their attitude is all the same, thankfulness.
A young couple's got several kids, you know, whatever needs it. So it just makes you feel good when you can help somebody.
Hoping to spread Christmas cheer and maybe inspire others to do the same.
And people out there looking, I'll try it. Just help somebody here during Christmas time. You'll feel better.
The Good Samaritans who donated the money to the Sheriff's Department remain anonymous. Mike Gilliam, FiOS 1 News.
Well, Santa from Texas made history this holiday season. He became the first black Santa at the Mall of America in Minnesota. The job has made him somewhat of a celebrity, with people from all across the country coming to visit him. Fast One's Christine Persicchetti has his story.
Maybe it's the twinkle in his eye.
Merry Christmas.
Or his jolly voice.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
But when you meet Santa Larry, it's easy to believe.
You know, I just enjoy being Santa Claus. You know, it brings a lot of joy to me.
Larry Johnson calls North Texas home, but now he's making waves across the country. Just back from the Mall of America in Minnesota, where he was their first ever African-American Santa, chosen after a nationwide search.
And here I am. Ta-da!
He met hundreds of families, some who flew in from across the country.
I'm Santa Claus. I just happen to look like them, and they can relate to that.
In a flash, the story went viral. A clatter of comments, most positive, but reports of some backlash.
They are definitely on our list. They will get some coal.
He has a message to anyone who might think Santa can only be played by someone who's white.
Get over it. You know, I'm just Santa Claus. I'm just Larry, a person who's portraying a character, you know, to help lift the spirits during the holiday season.
This Santa happens to be a 30-year Army veteran. He first put on the suit in 1999 with a helper beard to play Santa for his nephews.
I saw a Santa suit in Walmart for $29.99. I'm going to buy that suit, and I'm going to come over to y'all's house, and I'm going to surprise them.
Now, during the holidays, he plays Santa full-time with an upgraded suit and a very real beard.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
He'll be at a holiday party for Uber drivers, charming kids and grown-ups.
Santa is a jolly spirit, but it's also what's in your heart.
And there's magic in that. I'm Christine Persicchetti, FiOS 1 News.
We'll be right back with the story of a veteran and his family and the very special gift they received this holiday. That's next, but first, here's a holiday greeting from the troops. And just in time for the holidays, a veteran and his family moved into their new home, all thanks to the hard work and contributions of several community organizations. Fast One's Patricia Nicholas was there as they crossed the threshold for the very first time.
The Cody family is thankful that after receiving a gift they say they needed more than ever. Through donations and support from local veterans and their community, they now have a home to call their own.
It's a blessing. The way the community came together and the way all of this happened and with what was going on, this has been a tremendous blessing for us.
Saying the Cody family has been through a lot is an understatement. The family was evicted from their previous home, and through the years, all three, mother, father, and son, have suffered a multitude of medical issues.
I have a rare illness called acute intermittent porphyria. I was diagnosed when I was 26. I go to Mather Hospital twice a week for treatment. It keeps me alive. It keeps me out of the hospital as inpatient. Glenn got hurt in April of 2010, so he's disabled. And then our son Zachary was diagnosed with medulloblastoma June of 2014, which is brain cancer.
The home was built through a partnership between the Rocky Point VFW Post 6249 and Mark Beisch of Landmark Properties. It's one of 11 homes that they have completed for returning veterans. They say in their 4 years of doing this, the Cody family has been one of their most deserving families, and giving them a home here on Long Island is what the community is all about.
That's the biggest part of this. It's the fact that these people will not have to leave Long Island. And these are the people that we want to stay on Long Island. I mean, if we don't want to lose our veterans. I mean, it's part of our heritage. It's part of what Long Island is.
And right next door, the community is building another home for a veteran family just like them, in need and wanting to call Long Island home. In Miller Place, Patricia Nicholas, FiOS 1 News.
Well, that'll do it for this FiOS 1 special presentation, Miracles of the Season. Thank you for joining us. And on behalf of everyone here at FiOS 1, we wish you a healthy and happy holiday. Goodbye.